Hey, what is up, guys? It's Typical back at it again here with another vid. We're coming in for part 2 of the grinding video series here. We're on Frozen Depths, hardcore. You know, we're doing our thing, man. On the grind, per the usual. Are you my friend on Roblox? I don't know. Am I? I would have to check that. But, anyways, to conclude this series, I really wanted to first off thank everyone, each and every one, you guys, for tuning in. I'm really blown right now with my dodging, but really wanted to thank each and every one of you guys who have tuned into my stream both on Twitch and YouTube. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Again, thank you guys. I really do appreciate you guys a bunch. And the support, it shows, man. It does show. I wanted to say that. And we're gonna kick off this video. Do I join you by trying to join a random server? Facts. I guess you gotta get lucky to join me. Bro, it's still better odds in the lottery. I'm gonna tell you that. Still better odds in the lotto. The lotto's, forget it. Well, let's get this dub, boys. And for those of you watching right now, thank you. I really hope that a lot of you, if you have any friends that you would like to share my channel with, by all means feel free to. And especially if they play games along these kind of lines. Of course, you know, I've always played other games. It's not the only game I play in the world, but you know, I've always got other games that I'm always looking towards trying out, and I'm always versatile to what my viewers like to see me play. So that's another thing there. If you guys have suggestions for me on what to play, you guys just gotta let me know. I always take a look at those things, especially. But one thing with Rumble Quest, when I started out Rumble Quest, I'm gonna tell you guys now, I was pretty bad for the moment. However, I learned quickly around what the game and my set was all about, being that I started off as a warrior and slowly but surely moved down up to being a mage. You know, I just switched over to a mage basically around that time, and I came to consider it when I was a warrior that dodging would be a huge thing. Basically kiting the NPCs on this game was pretty big, and getting ranked up and, you know, efficiently, effectively, you know, I'm not gonna just give it away, that'd be fair. Felt that death. But yeah, like I was saying, that to officially do dungeons, that it would be best for me to be kiting enemies and all that stuff efficiently in terms. So I picked that up at an early stage, and I know most beginners lack that kind of knowledge, and even some higher people in Frozen Depths, they go all in and taking damage right away. And that's one thing is a big no-no, because even if you don't have a healer in the game is still doable without a healer. A healer is not necessary. A healer is just your thinking, your mentality towards that. In all honesty, I've beat expert hardcore at a lower level, maybe like 150. I could definitely say I beat it at 150 once, 155 around there, and that might not be the best accomplishment, but I was a warrior, so you know, that's just me. That was the class that I liked. I did get into mage for the high level. I wasn't a huge fan of it, just wore my type of like outfit, I guess you could say, to go on this type of game. But you know, everyone has their personal preference, and that's just mine. But mage definitely has that range. But in all honesty, that was just my mentality towards it. I was 1v1ing doing hardcore at 31,000 HP, and you guys might be like, Typical, that's not a lot of health. That isn't. It isn't really. It's almost as little health as a mage to say. And it really went on to being able to dodge like at least 90% of the attacks that were coming towards me. And practicing it early is definitely a great benefit and definitely a good, I guess you could say, habit to get into. Really, if you practice this really early, you get better at it for later, and when you come into these higher dungeons, it's like it's breezy for you. Once you get, of course, once you get the reasonable items from the dungeon that allow you to do it efficiently enough and do output enough damage. You don't just wanna, what you call it, mages don't let you do nothing. It be like that sometimes. But yeah, I wanted to say that. Second thing is, a lot of people get mad. And I'm gonna be honest. When I first played, that was like me. A lot of people get mad because you have two swords, but you're only really there's no need to upgrade. There's no need to upgrade a second sword. You only need to upgrade one of your swords, and it's not even you. People get mad. It's more like, you just when you realize that you get pretty upset at the moment, not realizing you missed out on a free upgrade on armor or whatnot because you upgraded a second sword. But you guys don't gotta feel left out on that because your boy Typical did the same thing, in all honesty. So there's that. I'm gonna let you guys know that you do not need to upgrade two swords. Upgrading two swords is just a waste of gold in general. That's period. Like, you do not want to upgrade two swords ever. So I mean, you could put that towards a whole piece of armor, really. You know what I mean? I run two swords though, aesthetically, but you really could only use one. You know what I mean? You only need one. Like, let's see. Let's check out this Firebane. See what I mean? You could rock through with one sword. You know what I mean? So it is a good thing to get into. You save gold early and only upgrading one sword, and there's no need to upgrade a second one. There's no need to upgrade a second one. I wish I could explain more about the way of that, but I know it's something greatly to do with the damage, because the damage is just the same with the first sword just as it is with the second one. I feel like it is something that like correlates though with the second one, like corresponds. I feel like when you do attack with one sword, it does the other sword, the second sword comes in and does the rest of the damage. So like, for example, right now I have 100k damage. One swing is gonna do, I believe, 80k, right? And then the next is gonna do 100, or I think 28k or so to add on and get me the full 100k. I believe it's something like that. Quote me if I'm wrong, for most of you guys that do know in the comments. But I do know for sure and certain that you do not need to upgrade two swords. So for those of you beginners who do not know that, do not waste your gold upgrading two swords. That is one thing I made the mistake of doing early on, and it kind of made things a little harder down the line for me. But I was still able to pull through. I was still able to pull through. I'm not gonna lie, still able to pull through. So it's all right there. So the next thing is, I'm gonna show you guys right now. I can't even show. I was gonna show you guys more about what I mean about exactly dodging, because you could dodge all you want the boss, but if you can't make it to the boss, then there's no point. Like, you know what I mean? When do you stream and stuff? I stream on my free time, pretty much. I'm not gonna show you guys. I'll probably leave this for another video. But what I mean with NPCs and dodging, basically these attacks right here, you want to be able to dodge 90% of these attacks. Basically, you do not want to get struck by anything, especially the warriors. Normally what I do, especially when I was in the lower levels and I was first starting off 140 with 30k HP, it was rough. I could only probably take like 2 shots before I would die. what I would do is I would go for the warriors first, and then I would move on to the mages because the mages were easily more dodgeable. So that's a little tip right there for those of you who don't know. The mages go from warrior to mages, and some people might have their own ways, but that was just my personal way of doing it, and it worked. It worked amazing for me. I was able to do it with 2 people. Didn't even need a healer. I was able to do it like with a second person added on who wasn't able to dodge as much, but did get better. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather not say who that person is, but they know who they are. They know who they are. But were able to do that, and they didn't think that we would be able to do hardcore, but we were, and it worked flawlessly, flawless. So I would say go in from warrior to mage. The warriors is what kills, man. The warriors kills. If you get a bunch of mages though, like there's times when you have like 5 mages in a line, so you gotta be careful. You gotta watch out because it is hard to dodge like 5 mages all at once. I mean, it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit more tricky. Some people are gonna be in the comments, might be in the comments like, no, typical. It's not. It's easy. It's the same thing. But yeah, it does get a little bit trickier. It's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky. You can't lie. It's a little bit trickier dodging all those mage things. I just want to get this done. I'd be fine dodging all that, but GG. Alright, so I wanted to get that in for you guys. I wanted to let some of you guys know. Again, I really do appreciate everyone who tuned in to the streams recently today. Thank you guys a bunch. Can't thank you guys enough. And I will see you in the next video. Peace. Typical out, man. Hope y'all enjoy. And matter of fact, don't forget to leave a subscription, a sub, whatever it is, down there below. I think that's a thumbs up, right? Thumbs up on the video. And yeah, tell your friends. Until next time, typical out, guys. Typical out, man. And take care.